All right, so sorry that I didn't have other interviews or whatever. I was coaching, like I think I had mentioned. If I didn't, I was coaching, and basically the team had moved on from Saturday to Sunday, and then the three-man ended up moving on Sunday as well, so I was there helping them out. So although they didn't win, it was still a good experience, and just something that the guys, I think they performed well. They did great for their first time at World Cup. Both lines had moved on, so that's a very, very good thing. That being said, there is going to be a giveaway a little bit later, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, all that, as we normally do. Just kind of talk through all of that. So definitely the good, weather was pretty great. That I know that's something that you don't really get to control, just because it's weather and you can't control the weather. So it's not something that, I think this time of year can be kind of tricky sometimes in Florida. Like last year we had a hurricane come through, but for the most part it's pretty good. I think the layout was great. Just again, having the vendors go through, it's not something that's too far of a walk. You can get out all to all the fields, yeah, so I mean, like, all of that was great. The reffing overall I think was pretty good. I don't think there was anything that was like egregious, at least on my end. I mean, there's gonna be some stuff that people get away with and some calls that aren't great, but yeah, I think the competition this year has been fantastic. If you look at Blast Camp and Fit, congrats to Fit, by the way. Basically, by the time they had gotten into the finals, they were guaranteed the pro spot. I think they're going to be successful. I don't see them being unsuccessful in pro. They had already played as AC Dallas and then worked their way back into pro once they had gotten relegated a couple years back now, and I think they're going to be solid. They're a very good group of guys that are committed to the game. I think they're going to do great. I don't know what the Saints are going to do. That's one of the things that I don't know if they're going to drop to semi-pro or if they're going to try to keep some guys, and I don't know. I will say I think the offseason is going to be nuts, because I've heard some rumors that I cannot talk about, or I will not talk about, but just be on the lookout for that stuff. I know Vince from Let's Talk Paintball does a whole bunch of those updates, so make sure to follow him if you don't, and that way you'll be able to see all the craziness that happens, because there's going to be, I think, some interesting things happening if some of this stuff comes out to be true. There's two things that I know of that there were some meetings that happened, and that's all I'm going to leave it at. So yeah, so I guess we'll see what happens with that. So another good thing I would say is I like the idea of the European teams coming over from pro that earn their spot, like Tauntaun's getting the quarterfinals bye. I think that's great even for the pro teams that are there in the top 8 automatically, that have earned that top 3 spot. So I think that's definitely a good thing. I don't think they should change that. I think it's a good challenge. It shows how is it that the European teams are doing compared to the U.S. teams, and I think as of late, European teams have really been stepping up. I mean, look at Lucky 15s. They moved on, or I think they moved on. They did well. Tauntauns did fantastic this event. Verst, I think, did pretty well. So, like, you have a lot of these teams that are coming over, and it's not just they get rolled over. Joy didn't do as good as I thought they would, but even with them going 0-4, I think they put up a fight. I don't know if they got blown out by anyone. They might have. I'd have to double check the scores, but I think all of those games were good games. All right, let's talk the bad. So first and foremost, the parking situation. I don't know if they need to open up more gates or something, but it's kind of a traffic hazard with coming across the main road in front of the Gaylord. When people are trying to either turn left into the parking or coming across and going, I guess that would be, what would that be? South? Across the road and then turning right into parking. When there's a lot of people, it's blocking up a lot of traffic. So I don't know. I mean, today I was able to pull, there's another gate over here that was opened. I think that they should do something where, I mean, open up maybe some other gates or have a couple entrances so that way people are able to pull in. It would actually be fantastic if there's a way that we could actually go back around that way and walk more directly up into the where the fields are at. But I also understand that the vendors are there because they want to sell stuff, so them walking through is going to be important. So if people aren't walking through, then they're not buying stuff, and that's not good for the companies that are there. So I get that, but there's just the parking coming in. I mean, when I was walking out now, it was pretty full. I mean, like, there might be some spots way back over there, but I think the big thing is that if they opened up some other gates, it would help with the flow of it. I get that there's going to be a lot of people, and that's a great thing. I can't remember how many teams there were at this World Cup, but it was a lot, so that's a good thing. But they need to do something about that. As for the pros, I think the issue that I have with the pink fill is not the pink fill. Pink fill was never an issue. The fill color was never an issue. It was the shell color. So I don't understand what their thinking was with that. Yes, the pink shows up, but also it just seems kind of pointless to me, because if you still have a darker shell, then you can't see the ball, and that was more the issue than anything else. So I think that what they need to do is have it where the league mandates that there's only a certain amount of shell colors that you can pick from, and you know, whether it be like a brighter green or like a yellow or orange, or you know, like a brighter blue, something like that, so that way was it the CMYK, like they can have certain manufacturing guidelines. So like, look, these are the shell colors that they need to be. I get it. People like to have darker shells because it's harder for the other opposing team to see what you're shooting. But on video, that's not helping for people to see what's going on. It was great that the Go Sports had included that, like the dotted line thing and like circling where people are at. That was great. But I think if you have like the breakouts and you're able to actually see the ball, that's just going to make a difference. So it helps with seeing what is actually even happening. Let's get to the giveaway. So Gel Blaster was nice enough to actually give me a couple different Gel Blasters to give away. So for this one, you're going to have a choice of either the XL, which is the bigger rifle one, or the Surge, which is the smaller little pistol version. This is only going to be for those domestic shipping. If you need me to ship internationally, that's okay. I just need to have some sort of money sent to me, so that way I can kind of pick up the extra tab for the paint, or not the paint, the shipping cost. Oh man, I need to get home and go to sleep. So the way that you're going to enter is, first, make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure, please, that you click the bell. And down in the comments down below, put what was your favorite and least favorite thing about World Cup this year. And go ahead and email me at howtoplaypaintball05@gmail.com, and just include your screen name in there, so that way I can make sure that I can get in contact with you if you win. So I'll put around here somewhere that this is the time that I'll be selecting the winner, but that's about it. I'm gonna go home and yeah, so I'm gonna go home and take a shower, and I need to clean stuff, and yeah, so I'm gonna go do that. But thank you everyone for coming along with me, and I will see you all next video and in person next season. I don't know what I'm doing next season. I have no clue, but I'll keep you guys in the loop with all of that stuff. So thanks, and as always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.